What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news topics that happened in the scale world of RC over the past week. If you enjoyed the Scale News Update, hit the like button. Let's jump into this week's topics. First for this week, new from Scale Garage Systems, a fully operational tow truck bed for the LC70 or BRX01. Now, Scale Garage Systems, we've covered them a number of times in the past. Always awesome to see when they bring something new. They make a bunch of different rear bed setups, whether it be like adventure racks, this new tow truck, flatbeds, all kinds of different ones for different bodies. This one, their first off-road recovery style, and this is fully operational. Now, they're not inexpensive, but they're a lot less than you would assume if you look at how much work goes into these things and how detailed they are. They come powder coated as well. And again, they're just so incredibly detailed. All of the compartments open. This one, it does require a winch that isn't included to make it fully operational, but that's really it beyond that. And then you've got this amazing looking scale tow truck. If you're not familiar with Scale Garage Systems, I'll put a link below where you can go check out all of the different bed options they have for all of the different platforms. Maybe there's one that fits your platform that you're working on, or maybe you want to do a whole build around one of these options. No matter what, definitely worth checking out their website. They've got beautiful photography as well, so go check that out. Always cool to see something new from Scale Garage Systems. Next, Vanquish Products released the 1.9 Battleborn wheels Sierra Beadlocks. Battleborn Wheels is a small wheel company out of Reno, Nevada, not too far from us here. It's a small veteran-owned business. They make the wheels right there in-house. Got to go visit them a few weeks back, see the whole operation. Super cool. You'll also notice that this is the first wheel from Vanquish Products to have the special beadlock ring included right out of the package. It's got a super tiny scale-accurate slot machined into the beadlock ring to give it the look just like the slotted rings that Battleborn Wheels makes. They also have a chamfer on the outside edge of the ring, again, to match their style. So if you're interested in those, currently only available in 1.9 in the clear and black finish. Other sizes and colors will be available soon on these Battleborn wheels, so keep an eye out for those. Those of you who have dove into the Jimmy's 4x4 Moonbuggy build that I've got posted up, the top shaft for that is now listed on the Vanquish site. So you can pick that up. It makes doing the transmission flip or the top shaft flip of the transmission much simpler. Okay. Sitting right here. Super easy. It's on the website already. Also, the link set, I'm a little bit behind on, but it will be available also very soon. So just makes everything super easy, one stop. Takes out all the extra parts of sourcing and fabricating that are not as much fun as just the building part. There'll be two links below, one to the top shaft, one to the link set. It's in stock now, and the link set will be in stock very shortly. Speaking of links, there's a link below in case you're interested in supporting the channel a little bit more. Channel membership just helps support the channel a little bit further. With that, also, you get some behind the scenes videos, as well as getting to see the videos a little bit early, like the Scale News, which goes up the night before, and After News Delight, which Matt made me an intro for. And that's a video that goes up and just kind of expands on the news, a little bit more discussion and, you know, things that I didn't say during the news that maybe I wanted to. So appreciate all of the members. We're almost to 250. So if you're interested in supporting a little bit further, you can click that link below and find out all the info. This Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, Matt and I will be on Livestream Takeover once again, discussing the new topics, including kind of the preliminary schedule for the next build along project. So looking forward to that, trying to get some stuff lined up and kicked off here very soon. Thanks again to rcmap.io for sponsoring this month of the Scale News Update. rcmap.io is a website as well as an app that you can get on your phone, and it just helps you find places to go run your RC. And with those pins that you'll find all over the world, in those you can find links to photos or YouTube videos that you can see exactly what's there. You know, extra notes if people have experienced something and want to add a little bit of detail to the spot. If there's spots that you like to go to that you'd like to share, creating them is super easy. And if you create a free account, you're instantly entered to win this month's giveaway, which is a Vanquish H10 Optic. Along with that, also every spot that you add, every new spot that you add, gives you another entry. So there's all kinds of details on the giveaway that you can find on the website. I've been talking with the developer pretty regularly. There's a couple of new features that I wanted to see added over time, and he keeps knocking those out. The most recent one was that the Catfish Trail, one of my favorite places to go run up here, it's kind of a difficult spot to like know where to go. If you don't go with somebody the first time, you don't really know where you're going. You can point people to the parking spot, but it's like, from there, how do you get there? So they added a new feature where you can add a track and it shows you exactly the route to go. Super helpful. I'll put a link to that spot specifically down below. Again, thanks to rcmap.io. Check the website out, sign up, put some spots on the map, get some entries, get your chance to win that optic. Next, Cross RC has got the EMO XL 6x6 up for pre-order. Currently, you can save a little bit of money if you pre-order now as well. Now, this is like an 8th scale 6x6. So the flatbed that's on the back of this, like there's 13 inches of clear space there. So, you know, from your front bumper to where the rear wheels touch is really what you're like. It'll easily, or it should easily haul most 1/10 scale rigs around without much of a problem, which is pretty cool. It's, you know, got kind of square body. Overall, it looks pretty okay. There's a lot of like TRX4 style influence from a lot of what Cross RC does in these platforms, which, you know, it doesn't come with the huge aftermarket that the TRX4 platform has, but obviously it's playing off of some of those design cues. So if you're interested in a great big old 6x6 flatbed, not too many other options out there. Maybe this one's worth checking out for you. But also new from Cross, well, kind of new, the NT-6. We have previously seen the NT-4, which is this Unimog-esque looking vehicle, but now this is the 6x6 version. So this doesn't use a pass-through center axle. It actually uses uses two rear drive shafts. The rearmost axle is driven via a carrier bearing, then down to the actual axle. So more standard axles rather than, again, that pass-through style. Nothing wrong with that, just a difference in design. 6x6 Unimog with a cargo style bed in the back kind of fits in with a lot of what Cross does with, you know, these style of like, I wouldn't call this a military truck, like a utilitarian type truck. I feel like that fits the mold of a lot of Cross's vehicle options. This one, reasonably priced. It's under $500, so that's probably one of the cheaper 6x6s, if I'm not mistaken, but plenty of features to it as well. Go check that out. Cross RC, I believe that they have got their US distribution a little bit more ironed out. It has been odd how Cross has been handled in the US for quite some time, but I think that that's a little bit more stable now. Maybe one of you Cross RC owners can chime in with your most recent experiences with getting Cross RC items in the very near past. Next, new from Team Associated, the RC10DS. This is a classics, or RC10 Classic reproduction. Evidently this dual sport is what the DS stands for. It was something that was available previously in the 90s when parking lot racing was a thing and the tracks weren't always just 100% great surfaces. So with its RC10 base, it could handle a little bit more abuse than just a regular run around a parking lot. Kind of got a cool old school look to it. I didn't know anything about the original, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who maybe saw this back in the day, either had one or always wanted one, and now a reproduction version of it, you know, sounds like a good idea to them. The meaty tires and the 90s style body to it does give it a pretty cool style, but if that's something that interests you, not exactly sure how difficult these are to get. I know a lot of the RC10 re-releases can be wildly difficult, but maybe or maybe not the case with this one. You tell me. And then a new one from like kind of like maybe WPL or Asia RC. I don't know. Those companies are very weird with how they release things. This is on Asia RC Depot, and it's basically this little mini VW Bug. It's tiny, tiny though. And then looking at all the photos, it's what appears to me to be just basically toy grade, or just barely. I mean, a lot of the WPL stuff is just barely above it, but this looks like not even quite to that level. I was surprised though, because it did show up on a lot more like RC YouTube channels than I expected. And you know, it's like a $50 RC. So you have to take it at that level. It's like, hey, it only costs this much, you know, less than a new set of tires for one of your normal trucks, most likely. And you get this full RTR tiny little thing. So you know, not 100% sure who the target market is for these type of vehicles, but I'm not sure. I don't know who it's for. Is it for you? Are you buying this $50 VW? Are you a huge VW fan? Don't get me wrong. I like a lot of those WPLs. I don't get this one though. But that is for this week's topics. For this week's question, it is Olympics time, I'm told. I don't watch a ton of Olympics. Nicole does though, and she thinks that I'm the only one who doesn't watch them. I don't know. So for this week's question, first of all, do you watch the Olympics so I can settle an argument with my wife? And second, there's a ton of ridiculous Olympic sports. If you weren't, did you know badminton was an Olympic sport? Anyway, if there was RC Olympics, what would be the most ridiculous events in it? I don't know how you would throw a discus with an RC. High jump, long jump, those seem obvious. Discus, that seems much more difficult. The 400-meter relay? I want to see that baton handoff. Anyway, put your ridiculous ideas below. Help me with the algorithm on this wonderful Tuesday. But as always, thanks for watching the Scale News Update. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not already. Consider joining the channel membership if you'd like to support the channel a little bit more. But with that, as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.